but I ain't trying to look. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into it because one of your most popular videos that you've talked about is that in the first year of marriage, most marriages that end in the first year is due to sexual incompatibility.
That's true. That's true.
Why is the church not talking about the value and the importance of sex if we are getting into these relationships? You got these folks, now. Oh, I've been celibate. These women online, I've been celibate 5 years. I've been celibate 3 years. I've been celibate 8 years. Lord bless your heart. Could be me. Could be me. Okay. But they in these, I'm celibate, and then they get into a partnership, and it all goes to hell.
Yeah.
Because they're not
compatible.
They're not compatible.
It's not just about celibacy. All right. It's about the normal things that become problems in marriages. So it's not the top reason for divorce. It's the top reason for divorce in a year. We're not sexually compatible, and I'm supposed to be with you for 40 years?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
Right? I'm going to have to just tap out, right? Because I don't want to be disloyal. I don't want to be unfaithful. I don't want to be out in the streets. I don't want to be resentful. And this goes both ways. I don't want to be wanting, right? And being a whole marriage is supposed to be sacred, right? So that is very difficult for couples to negotiate. And then a lot of times there's shame. The biggest issue we see, and this is not only for couples with sexual incompatibility, this is in marriage. It's the libido mismatch. Yeah. Right?
Because one partner is always going to have a higher libido than the other.
Right. And most of the times, early on, it's the men. So when Mecca and I sit down and we do men's group, so I talk to the men, and she talks to the women, and we're talking about sex, right?
Carly just came and presented at you all.
Yep, she did.
Yeah, she came and talked about sex with your audience.
Yeah, see, I would, men are not in the room, but I get some of the backstory, right? So it's, what do I do when my man's sex drive is higher than my desire? Should I give obligated sex, right? I'm not feeling it. We just had sex on Tuesday. You gonna come right back on Wednesday? And the woman's like, I'm just not there, right? I just don't want. Yeah. And then she has to perform, and he's like, you weren't really into it, which hurts his ego. That's difficult to navigate. And then because we haven't been celibate, right? Are you able to please me, right? How open are you to variety? Let me be clear. Variety inside of the marriage, right? Ideas about initiation, right? Mecca gets mad when I tell the story, but it's true, right? When we first got married, she woke me up in the morning and said, why didn't we make love last night? I said, what you mean? She said, I tried to make love to you. I said, where was I? What, was I sleeping? She said, I touched you on the back. And I said, what else you did? She said, that was it. I said, girl, that was aggravating. Like I thought I don't like people touching me when that's not initiation. Come on now. Because I was a minister after I got married. I didn't been initiated on, and that wasn't close. That was annoying. Right? That's why I moved over. I was like, damn, leave me alone, right? I don't know what you do. You got enough bed. We have a big bed. Why are you on my side, right? And we had a real conversation. Yeah. She said her talking to her father, right? And Mecca's very much a hybrid. Mecca's very free. She's from California, but she's also very conservative at the same time.
Mecca's a Stepford wife. Don't
she's very, she's in the middle now. Yeah. She's also a bikini competitor, right? And she also have a prayer call. But I love it. That's my kind of diversity. Like I'm talking about. Like, God, you picked the one for me. Pray and then anyway, be Inglewood, right? I love that, right? But initiating was, I don't want to curse, I don't curse, provocative, unladylike. Only certain women did that, right? Right? So why would I be overly that way, right, when you're supposed to do that with me? And I said, Mecca, that ain't going to work for me.
Okay, so her response to you was she was expecting initiation.
All the time.
For you to initiate the sex with her.
Right.
And you're like, hey, that
don't I look good too? You don't want me, right? If I'm, women flirting with you at the gas station too. If you a man, she was looking at me like she was hungry, and I come home and I have to. You don't want me ever?
Yeah.
No, not ever.
Yeah.
Right. And so what I'm saying is that we had to have a conversation. Now you have to be able to be. You have to have permission to be able to talk about sex and marriage, right? Like Black folks don't typically do this, right? And so part of it is, and what we coach them to say. And I know a lot of couples gonna kind of pull back, right? But how was that for you, right? How happy are you with our sex life? A lot of Black folks, a lot of people don't want to have that conversation. I need to know.
Because,
right?
I mean, Carly has been on the show before. She's a certified sex educator. And she says nobody is saying, oh, this is a little mid. I got a little mid.
Don't ever say that,
little
right?
mid penis.
Right. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Little average.
Tell me it's a 9.5.
Just little.
But what you could do to get to a 10, right?
This is a little average.
But if you don't say it, it's gonna come out anyway because you're gonna be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Or you're going to do it out of obligation, not out of desire. And the research shows that I'm talking about within marriage. Our erotic fantasies change every 90 days. So that means that the 90 days we're getting bored. So when men are like, how do you stay with the same woman forever? It's like, I'm with the same woman, but really not with the same woman.
Yeah.
She's not with the same men. Man, we have to mix this. We have to mix things up. We have to actually talk about some stuff you don't talk about, you fill out. But other things you have to talk about. How do we do this? And so churches don't necessarily feel comfortable talking about that, except at marriage retreats.
And this is the thing, Doc. They're only waiting to talk about it at marriage retreats.
Right.
And yet, here we are. We want people to be married. We got the singles ministry at the church. And, don't have sex. But when you get over here and you're married and you get to come to the marriage retreat, you should be the freakiest
Right,
baby.
right. You better talk about it.
You
because
better swing from the chandelier.
God wants sex to be enjoyable, and married couples do have the most enjoyable sex. A lot of people think that it's the single man or single woman, but it's not. Because you're not building anything. You're missing the lovemaking. You're missing the building on experience. You're missing knowing her, knowing what she likes, being safe, compatibility, the spontaneity that goes along with it, right? And so we know each other. So we're able to make love and have lust at the same time. But you have to be able to talk about it. But here's the cool thing. Right now, most pastors, ministers will not marry you without taking a premarital course. One is called SYMBIS, Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts. The other one is Preparing and Rich. I should get endorsement deals. But all right, those are the main two, right? And so in those, you have to talk about healthy sexuality. Who should initiate? Whose role is it? What do you do when your libido mismatches, right? How do you handle rejection, right? How do you handle variety? Couples, and I do a lot of premarital and now even pre-engagement counseling. When couples are dating, like we could get engaged, but we need to talk. They love having those conversations up front so that they can be able to have high-level conversations about what they need. And men really enjoy it, and women too, right? Men are just be very honest. Like, if you're not touching me, that does something to me. I don't feel valued. I don't feel seen. I don't feel attractive. I don't feel like you love me.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you're just saying your stomach hurts or not today.
I got a headache.
I have a headache. That makes me feel like you don't want me or I'm not satisfying you versus us having conversations about libido, foreplay, romance. We just argued yesterday and you want to touch me. I'm supposed to perform?
Yeah.
Right?
And most
that's Mecca though, by the way. I'm like, no, we need to talk. You trying to no? I'm more like a woman. I still remember what you said.
Don't come over here.
We need to process this before you try to come in, jump into bed at me at 1:00 after what you said last night. I can't do it.
If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vault Empowers Talks.